welcome to Magnet Marketers. I'm Jessica Phillips, and this is
Terrence Kieser.
And we're here to bring you what's up and coming with social media and internet marketing so you can become a magnet versus being a bullhorn with your marketing efforts. This week we have a lot happening, Terrence.
There's been a lot going on in social media realm. Much that
all of them.
It's almost hard to even keep up these days what actually goes on. But
I had to make a list. So I'm like, don't forget anything. I'm like, and this and that happened. But let's just dive into our list so we can give everybody the quick and dirty update of everything that's happening in the world of social and online.
Yeah, the first one that comes to mind is Facebook. Obviously being the king of social media, Facebook rolled out a new update with mentions. And it's to offer live video streaming, which, everyone here at Now Marketing Group, we even said that, live video is going to be one of those things that takes over marketing. And Facebook just proved our point with this update.
Yeah.
Now, the unfortunate part is it's not available to everybody.
Not yet. I bet it will happen, though. It's just where it's going. With Meerkat and,
Periscope is still out there.
And
yep.
Snapchat, I'm predicting is going to be the next one. But I believe that it's going to open up to everyone. But they're probably trying to build up this, why should you want the Facebook one? And they were smart with it because now they're withholding it to just a select few.
Yep.
And then everybody's going to want it.
And the select few there is that Mentions app. Yep. And for those that have no idea what we're talking about, Mentions was rolled out back in 2014 to help celebrities interact with their fans. And it's really jumped off to the celebrities. A lot of them use it. And you can check out more. I know Facebook has got a whole list of them that are actually trying out the live video. You've actually known a couple of people that you follow that are rolling out some of these live videos. Started
out with Gary Vaynerchuk, which I'm a huge fan, and watched the Ask Gary Vee show and the show, as he calls it. But he rolled it out and had a huge following. I don't know, it was like 64,000 people or something that was watching in, because it does notify you if you're following that brand that they're live streaming, similar to Periscope and Meerkat. So, I joined in. I was like, what is this? What is happening? And watched that. And then also later that evening, Joel Comm rolled out. And
so two huge people right there.
Yeah, two huge people. And he rolled out a great demonstration and showed from start to finish how it worked, and was giving a great way of kind of beta testing it for everyone.
And another cool thing that it actually does is the viewers that are watching the video can they can comment on it.
Yeah,
and the other person on the other end of the video can actually see the comments and be able to give live feedback straight in the video. So it's huge for, I think, really just live video. And obviously with Facebook rolling it out like this, it's only a matter of time before the
I liked it too, because it was when Joel was doing his video, I had to stop and put kids to bed, so I was like, I want to watch what he's doing, but I paused it and kind of went and put the kids to bed and came back, and it picked up right where I left off, which was cool, and you could go back and watch it later.
As soon as they're done streaming it automatically ends up on the timeline of that public figure. So and you can go back and watch it as many times as you want, or even use that nifty link that Facebook has now where you can save it and
embed it.
You
can embed it into your site, so that's a great way of. Those people that don't really like writing those blogs, writing it, they can do the video blogs, which are great.
So even though you can't hit up the Mentions app, there are actually some updates that Facebook has made through the business pages that you'll want to take note on, which is really a combination of the comments section with business pages that you can now turn those into private messages. And the initial thing that happened here was you always had to ask someone. So say someone sent a review or commented poorly on something on your Facebook timeline for your business.
That doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. But if it does happen, you always had to ask them, hey, could you please send us a private message? Or, some of them do, email us at so-and-so.
Right.
Here, it immediately lets you to throw it into a private message and make the initial contact with the complaint and be able just to help you resolve the issue quicker.
Right. And I also noticed that now Facebook is rewarding and letting people know, it's almost like a badge, that your response time is under 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and it lets you know how quickly you are to respond to someone, because they're really creating that response, rate matters.
Well, and I think, and that's something that people almost expect being on social media. Everyone knows that everyone has their phone. Everyone is on a computer these days. And I think the idea that if someone's going to send you a social media message and that it would take 3 days to respond, you're obviously not managing your social media properly.
Right, because especially if you have their full attention right then and there, and they're asking you a question, respond to it. You know, it's like them standing in your business. You know,
they come through the front door
and
be
like, hey, sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. I'm not going to talk to you. So, yeah. I mean, I agree.
Now, and this is something you kind of discovered watching one of the videos that we mentioned, the long tail post. What exactly is Facebook trying to do here?
So I'm not sure what Facebook's trying to do, but this is just my theory on it, and just a few other people's theories that I've been, you know, in my mastermind group online, is that we've been discovering that the long posts on Facebook are kind of back. You know, first they discriminated against it, and it was like, oh, you know, 240 characters or less, or just, you know, quick little images and get it out, and that's it. Well, now we're noticing that actually putting your full thoughts into a social post, or even like the majority of a blog into your social post, and publishing it, those long tail Facebook posts are working.
You know, kind of fulfilling that little message that's actually in the box, you know, especially on the personal profiles. It always says, ask you what's on your mind.
Right.
And it's almost like Facebook is asking you to you know, just lay it all out right here onto Facebook. So what has that done to some of the reach that maybe we've noticed?
Yeah, so even I've tried it out. Okay, like just sharing the title plus a little bit, and then the link to a blog and publishing that, versus the actual blog. I did the same days, the same time of day, everything, and then publishing the full blog, and then putting a link or the call to action at the end. And I've more than tripled my reach with just sharing those long tail posts. And then also,
which is incredible, because you know, getting that organic reach has been something that marketers have been struggling with for the last 4 or 5 years.
Because it's a play model right now. But there's a few things like this that you can do to really get that edge up.
Right.
And it's really, honestly, what they're trying to do is just get that conversation going and really good content. And they know that somebody's going to put really good content out. It may be a little bit longer. You know, you're going to get more detailed and more focused on what you're trying to say. So it is that, you know, authenticity too with it, I guess, that you're putting more of yourself into it than just a link and a title.
Yeah, and you almost seem more trustworthy too, because you know, if you have a blog that's four ways to maybe eat healthier as a gym, and you know, if you immediately just list one of those ways and then put the link to your blog, you know, now it already looks a little bit more credible, because part of the blog is already right there.
Right. So just noticing some great things happening with Facebook. I mean, everyone's just content, and quality content wins. I think we had one of our first Magnet Marketers videos talking about what to look forward to in 2015, and it's here. It's videos, it is quality content, and a lot of it.
Yep.
And, you know, and
still
yourself into
with that human touch into your content. So.
Yeah, quality over quantity for sure. And now we're noticing, even with that quality content being videos, like real-time videos. But so what about Twitter? What's happening with Twitter?
You know, Twitter actually rolled out some support for Windows 10, but you know, who uses Windows? Yeah,
I'm gonna go with.
Moving on though, Hootsuite. Hootsuite actually rolled out a schedule and monitor for Instagram, which now most of you, and you may not even heard of this one, but Latergram is actually one where you in the past you've been able to schedule and monitor Instagram. But with Hootsuite, now you can do all of your famous and all your popular social media platforms all right on Hootsuite. But there's a catch.
Always a
just
catch.
like Latergram, you are unable to actually schedule it, and then it actually happens for you. You still need to have the Hootsuite app, and basically it'll give you a push notification when your scheduled Instagram post is ready, and then you basically post it right from Hootsuite. That opens up Instagram, and that's how you do it.
Yeah. Do you think that Instagram, this is just another prediction out there.
Another prediction. We like predictions here.
I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, if Instagram's rolling out the ads, do you think that Instagram's going to eventually just let you schedule your full post?
You know, this is
I think you'd have to, almost.
This is a really touchy subject, because this has really been one of the things with Instagram ever since it really came out, was that it always wanted real-time updates, you know, and that's which really kind of when Instagram first rolled out, well, now you have everyone around the dinner table taking pictures of their food or taking pictures of where they are. If you all of a sudden just let people schedule and forget about it, you almost really lose the authenticity of
Right.
Instagram.
Which I get that.
Now, the scheduling update, I feel like for businesses, allows a business to schedule their content in a daily better. Other than, some businesses like to post and then they'll post again and they'll do the 3 posts in a row rule, which no one likes.
Right.
So it kind of just gives a business a better way to plan out their content.
That's what I was saying. Like if you had a quick tip video, or if you're getting ready to go on stage and do a speaking engagement, and you could throw, maybe one of your quotes that is going to happen, and just schedule it. That I could see some value
Right.
to being able to do that ahead of time versus having to log in. But I understand the flip side of it. I'm just thinking if they're going to throw the ad thing in there,
Especially, and we really have
do
not
something.
seen the full effect of Instagram ads. I know a
Right.
lot of us have started to see them, and it's going to be interesting to see just how that even Instagram ads opens up for businesses.
Right.
Right now, it just seems to be a select few, whether Instagram makes invites to basically try it, but that's one thing that seems to be unknown about Instagram and how the ad platform is going to work. So
Yeah. Oh, those ads. They're a blessing to some, but they're also just like...
now we do have for those that are using Snapchat. Snapchat is kind of like the rebel child of the family
It
here.
is fun. I feel like the old person. Like I feel so old on Snapchat. Like I had to practice, and I actually sent out a video yesterday. I'm like, this is me practicing on Snapchat. Like I watch everybody else's, but I feel like every time there's a moment that happens, and I'm like, oh, that would be perfect, and it's gone. I'm so old.
A couple updates, and really it was just a platform update by Snapchat. They came out with this with Discoveries, which is all those media publishers like Warner Music. I think CNN is on there. There's a whole bunch of people that are on there. Essentially, they moved everything to the same tab where you can now view your discoveries versus the stories. And it's all in one place where you don't have to flip back and forth to do 2 different screens.
Have you seen the Discovery?
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah, it's that's from...
I watched the Food Network's one from start to finish.
One.
I mean, it was so good. There was quite a few.
And that's what we're talking about, great curated content from corporations and publishers,
Right.
like the companies that are on there.
They're onto something. Because you have, with every other social platform, there's still noise.
Right.
Around
right
you.
There,
Snapchat, they have your full attention. There's nothing else around it.
ESPN is on there.
It's brilliant.
So, and that's going to be the great thing, and that was the prediction. Snapchat may have to change their game up a little bit because of the Facebook live video with mentions.
Yeah,
but
I think they'll do something with video. But there's already some brands that are taking advantage of the video, and they're just adding it as a story. It's not live, but I've seen some brands that are just
the
taking
New York
little
Times,
snips.
Huffington Post, Mountain Dew,
all kinds of
little doctor's offices.
Yeah.
Snapchat definitely has a place in your marketing.
I think we're going to be hearing a lot more about it.
Yep.
Honestly, I feel like we haven't even touched the surface of Snapchat's reach. It's going to be big.
Now back to I know Hootsuite was an Instagram update, but this is actually for Instagram. Instagram now has trending tags, trending places, trending topics, and you can explore posts so much easier now on Instagram. And this was an overhaul, really, how I look on the search platform of Instagram within Instagram.
I love it.
So,
it makes it so much easier to drill down in what you're trying to find and to find like-minded individuals. I've noticed a huge jump just in our reach. More people discovering our stuff.
That was the greatest thing about Instagram was that you didn't have to have 1,000 likes to be reached on Instagram. Just using the right hashtags and using not too many, but not enough. You could really reach almost over 50% of your actual like total. So, I mean, if you have 50 likes, you could reach 150 people just based off the hashtags you're using.
And with repost and some of the others that are out there, I mean, it is phenomenal. Instagram's one of my favorites for sure.
And now to really kind of crown this all together, for the analytics side, we have Sprout Social that really is known for the graph work that they do with their analytics, but also when it comes down to managing Facebook and Twitter, they do a really good job at making it easy for you to do things as a marketer. But the number one thing that was always lacking was, their Facebook analytics was just beautiful. Their Twitter, on the other hand, was, they just kind of gave you, they gave you raw number. It was a lot of raw numbers. Boys. It wasn't pretty. Now that's completely changed. And I think a lot of it was due to, this is my opinion, was analytics or the API for Twitter opened up. Right. And when Twitter made their analytics more available, it allowed Sprout Social to finally do the same thing with their platform.
Right.
And now it's amazing. So
they have nailed it on the analytics reporting. Like, I love Hootsuite, don't get me wrong. I love Post Planner. I love all of them. But when it comes to reporting and making sense and making everything tied together and giving you real actionable results with your social, I may have not found any others out there yet. There may be ones that you're like tweeting to me like,
absolutely.
no, this is better.
Comment.
Tell us, let us know. But
below.
the one that is the easiest for clients to understand when we're sending it back to them is hands down Sprout Social. I mean, it is nice. It's just image heavy. It lets the clients be able to visualize where their social is going.
And that's what this new, basically the new analytics reporting for Twitter on Sprout Social, that's exactly what it does. It makes it easier not only for the marketer to pull the report, but then also present it to the person that they have to actually show it to, and it makes it so much easier for everyone. So.
One recommendation, Sprout, if you could send the reports to us though, automatically, then we'd really be.
I think Google Analytics does something like that.
Yeah, Analytics does, but yeah, my only request, Sprout. So wrapping up our magnet marketers, I'm pleased to talk about one of my personal favorites, Canva. I am always talking about Canva, but if you've not tried it out yet, you've been missing out for at least the past 2.5 years if you're in the United States. I think longer if you're in Australia. But Canva, www.canva.com. It is the design platform for the non-graphic designer, but you feel like a graphic designer after using it. So you can use it for Facebook posts, Twitter posts, LinkedIn, creating presentations, pretty much anything and everything design. It's simplified, really easy to use. You get in there, you can upload your own images, logos, everything.
Put it in perspective how awesome Canva is. As of April, there were 2 million users, and there are over 5,800 different layouts on Canva that really make design for the small business owner, for the marketer who is always in there doing different designs or templates. It just makes it so much easier to work in there.
And a lot of it's free.
Yeah, a lot of it.
It's crazy.
And even
they just got better.
And they just got better because of Canva for Work.
Canva for Work.
Finally.
So it's for the agencies like us, or for people, well, really not just us, but I'm just thinking it's a present to me. But it's for anybody that wants to use
a small business. And really, to be honest, even for the a small mom and pop store, for the ones that they don't have a design team, they don't have someone that can go in and do branding for them 24/7. This allows them to actually get some sort of identity with their branding when it comes to their designs.
I even think, like you said, the mom and pop business, agencies, of course, any company really, but even those, the people I started thinking about are the ones that are selling like Advocare and stuff like that. Those businesses that are their own, independent distributors or whatever. Yep. Like those kinds of individuals, they don't have a huge budget to spend, and now they can look like they have $1 million, in their budget. And there's so many people like that. I mean, how many calls do we get? A lot from some of those.
Just from the amount of friends that I have on my personal Facebook, where that's exactly what they would need. They just need some sort of identification, and Canva makes it so easy.
Make them stand out.
With Canva for Work though, it just doesn't stop. They now have basically a separate tab where it's essentially for your brand, where you can create templates, make new templates, and essentially go from there. And it breaks it down even more when it comes to your branding kit. So your colors, whether it be like a red or an orange, any color that Canva has, you can use the color palette and find it. Another thing is the fonts. Canva has a lot of fonts available. And I take advantage of a lot of them when I do design work within Canva. And now it actually lets you default on a font. So, if you like a particular heading font for anything that you might do for your brand, you can now default to that head title font.
Which makes it nice for branding. If you are going to be putting out the title card or what have you with a blog or with your Facebook post, or maybe you have a theme day and you want those to be memorable and consistent, then you say, this is for all of our blog titles. These are for our Team Tuesdays or whatever it may be. And that way, if anyone goes in and does it, it saves some time, one, but two,
they don't have to email the last person that made a Canva image and go, hey, what was the font you used? It's already there. The subheadings, and then also your text font. And then coming very soon, they say, you'll be able to upload your own font. So even if you've already maybe come out with your own font, you'll be able to upload your own font very soon.
Yeah, I'm liking that you can collaborate too. So like you said, if one person started, you don't have to email them.
Right.
You can add in your team members and collaborate on designs. So if somebody's out maybe at the office and you need to get something for them, or maybe you loved something that they did and they already had the starter template for it, you can kind of pick up from there.
And they give you a little show button when you're actually into designing the post. You can actually either show team or make it a hide from the team while you work on it. Another great thing, and this is, I was on a forum board with Canva when they were getting ready to launch this, and the biggest thing that stresses or that kind of makes marketers pull their hair out when they're designing images on Canva is that it's so simple, yet you always had to make multiple posts for multiple platforms, because as we all know, a Facebook post doesn't fit on Instagram, and it doesn't fit on Twitter, and it definitely doesn't fit on Pinterest.
Right.
And now you can basically start out with your Facebook post and
resize.
You can do the abracadabra resize, as they say.
It literally says abracadabra.
You can do the magic resize and literally create all 4 posts designs with a click of a button. And you got to make a few minor adjustments. It's just amazing. And that was the biggest relief I think a lot of people wanted to see from Canva work, was to make it easier to do the same style of post, but let's take the hard work out of it, from having to stop and do every single post and start from scratch.
Right.
If you're doing a big deep end post where you have a background image, you have text here, you have
take some time.
You have an icon here, another icon here, and then your logo down here, that's a lot to go back and do for every single post.
And it's going to save some storage space too from having to share it, send emails, what have you. So you could do 30 days worth of Canva images ahead of time, show the team, get some approval, get some consistency going,
absolutely.
And resize. It's going to save a lot of time. It's going to make everyone happy. It's going to just bring everyone together and be on the same page.
It was definitely needed. And
it's not very expensive either.
No.
This is the one, it is a subscription-based service, but it looks like it's $14.95 for the
That's
admin.
the monthly, and
that's
it's
monthly.
even cheaper for annual. So
and then you can add your team members on. $12.95 per month or $10.
Yeah, $10. So I mean, that's, you're looking at like $140 for a year.
And what would you pay like an average designer for an hour? $70
you would get
$100
you would get almost
roughly?
you'd get an hour, 2 hours out of one designer at $140. So
right. So you can pay for your annual subscription for less than an hour a designer, because usually they don't charge you by 30-minute increments.
They charge you
anymore.
by per hour.
So you're going to be saving a lot of money if you're a small business or an agency a lot of time.
But wow, that was a lot of updates.
That was. Are you guys as excited as we are? Now you're in the know. And so we will definitely make sure to keep you up to date on all things happening with social media. If you want to stay connected to our blog where we publish the real updates real time, you can go to www.nowmarketinggroup.com. The link will probably be right about here in the video. Somewhere right here. So you can follow our blog where we publish updates all the time. So thank you for watching, and be sure to check out the next Magnet Marketers.
See you guys.